Hey guys, welcome to PrimeTime Kitchen's How Tuesday, episode 14. Tonight we're doing a bourbon chicken. And look, this is a great meal because this is the dish that absolutely broke the vegetarian run in my daughter's life. She just couldn't walk past it in the mall anymore. This dish is going to be a little bit better in the mall. Plus, we're going to teach you how to make Basmati rice perfectly. Everybody makes rice, like, how can I get it right? How's it perfect? Well, Basmati rice from the beginning has this great nutty aromatic flavor, and you really should pay attention to what rice you're using. Yeah, you can use Bennett rice, there's no question. You could use that, no problem. But this Basmati rice, when you get the good rice, it does make a gigantic difference because it just adds another element of flavor. Now, usually with bourbon chicken, it's just kind of the chicken, the sauce served on top of some white rice, but we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to add some stir-fried veggies in there, get some crunch, and of course a good vegetable kind of body to it. Also, I want to tell you guys, a lot of cool stuff is happening with this show. Obviously, as we keep going on the program, we want you to kind of like and share as much as possible.
Like and share.
We're featuring Funky Buddha beer tonight because it's a Florida brewery, and we're using their Floridian, which is a great wheat beer. We absolutely love it. I believe these guys are going to be the beer pairing for the next Harry's Poolside Bar and Grill thing coming up October 20th. And if you have yet to get your ticket, I would strongly suggest getting a ticket to that gig because I think as we sold out last time, they had some cancellations, but we already had a 20-person waiting list. They're very popular because the menus are extremely good. Chef Talaluna is a stone-cold monster of a chef. And of course these beers, he's not to mention, he's a really cool dude.
Yeah.
And tonight we're going to be featuring a new customer of ours. We're going to tell you a lot about it as we go. You can look at these chicken breasts or these chicken thighs and see that they don't have any packaging like it's like this. But this is Florida Fresh Meats. Jan contacted us a while back. And Jan's a dude. He's an awesome guy. Got a great story. We're going to be featuring on the radio show here soon. And they do stocks, Florida-grown, grass-fed beef, chicken, goat, rabbit, eggs. Really cool spot. Plus, they do delivery. So that's really what we wanted to feature Jan and Florida Fresh Meats. So you guys who live out of the area and watch the show from all over the country, this stuff can be shipped right to your front door, and you can get some good quality Florida products that we use right here on the show at your house. We thought that's very cool, not to mention he's a really cool guy. The show is always brought to you by Wassey's Meats over in Melbourne, #1 big green egg dealer in the entire state. We love those guys. Had a great time last Saturday with the Wassey's, whom I love seeing every single time. And of course, that's a staple in Melbourne. And guys walking away with their eggs, their new rub for ribs, their beef rub, which is great as well. So we really think those guys, as always, that's Wassey's Meats. You get them on Wasseys.com if you want to get an egg. Remember, they deliver on Monday, so you don't even have to go to Melbourne. You can order it, they'll bring it right to you. Let's see what else we got, Tor. We have, let's see, some events coming up in September. We're going to be on a Apopka for that big steak thing they have going out there. Which
it's
is
a
cool.
Steak and barbecue.
Yeah, we're gonna be on property cooking for that one, aren't we? Or,
well, no? We can cook if you want.
We're going to have a tent set up.
We're going to have our tent set up, and we're going to be eating and drinking a lot.
Right.
So I don't want to say that we're going to be cooking, maybe tasting.
And of course, you can say hey to Tori. Tori is not filming tonight. Tori had some surgery last Monday, and it doesn't allow her to hold up. So she's going to be hanging out with us tonight. And we're all doing the post show. By the way, the post shows are finally up. So go to ptkradio.com. And here's how they're set up. I actually kind of like this. So when you click on the show, I think we only did 3 of them so far. Like the Chicken Cordon Bleu show. When you click on that video, at the very bottom, you're going to see an audio file. That's the post show. So as soon as we get done with this show, we go into the studio there, and we do like a little radio show, 20, 30 minutes or whatever, just kind of talking about what's happening in our lives, and the show we did tonight, and that's it. What else, Tor? What do we got? PTK.
Well, I think we're doing the thing in October.
Oh, yeah, that's, So, I don't like asking for help. It's one of my really bad drawbacks.
Every one of these people better come. I'll ask for help. You guys better come.
So, we have been asked, and it is an honor to be asked, considering who did the first one was Norman Van Aken. We've been asked to cook in the Chef Series for the Second Harvest Food Bank. This is a total fundraiser, and I think the price point's like $70, $75. You get like, we're going to do like 4 or 5 dishes.
Yeah, I think $75. We're going to do like hors d'oeuvres, and we're going to do, we'll have a reception cocktail, and we'll have hors d'oeuvres.
Right.
And
then you have like an appetizer.
Yeah, then we'll have an app.
They call it first course.
Right, and then we'll have a main plate, and then we'll have a dessert.
A dessert.
Yeah.
So thinking about inviting some of the chefs that we featured here on the show, on PrimeTime Kitchen, on the radio program, to come and help us out.
We've like 80 seats.
Right, yeah. We've already been offered by a lot of the guys have already offered, saying, hey, look, I'd love to help you out. So just put that on your calendar if you don't mind. That'd be kind of a cool thing. And by the way, it's a great event. And the Second Harvest Food Bank is, we talked about it last show. Can't say enough good stuff about it. So
have your company sponsor an entire table.
Yeah, that'd be great. Honestly, it'd be awesome. I mean, and it's a great write-off because it's all charity. I mean, literally all charity. Matter of fact, we pull the products we're cooking from the pantry. So we're doing some cool stuff that night. Going to kind of trust that. And I'm actually cooking that night, so you can actually come and eat my food. So that's great.
Right.
We also just signed another gig for our September PTK Live is going to be, we're going back to Marlowe's Lee Vista.
Yeah.
Because these guys had such a great time, and you guys were so awesome to them. And that menu was one of my favorite of the entire time. We're coming back to Lee Vista, so that's going to be September 27th, so put that on your calendar and join us. We'll tell you when tickets are going to be available. That way you can get them, that way you won't get sold out. Also, I talked to them about the patio deal, so that we can tell people once it sells out in the middle, if there's only patio seating left, that's what we'll have. We'll work it out. I think we should get the whole restaurant. It's a Wednesday. I mean, we could have filled the entire restaurant last time. We should have actually.
We should have. Well, had the people that were sitting on the patio been in the restaurant, we would
have been full. There were 30 people outside.
Yeah, we need to take over the AC.
Right, not to mention like Sissy Bird and all those guys, the Lakeland girls, all those girls. Those were the ones that were like outside. They should have been inside. Not that anybody deserves to be in or out, but so let's get started. We're gonna do our rice first. Okay.
Wait, what are you cooking? Hold on.
Bourbon chicken. I already said it.
You're talking a lot.
I'm worn out because I get to chase a dog through the neighborhood.
Okay, so we're cooking bourbon chicken. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Funky Buddha.
Yeah.
It's their Florida beer, Florida wheat, or Floridian is what they call it. But it's just basically their wheat beer. It's really, really good. Oh, and by the way, I want to say a big thank you to the guys over at J-Dubs. We featured one of their beers 2 weeks ago, and those guys stepped up. I put the picture. If you go to PrimeTime Kitchen's Facebook page, like you're on right now, and you see, man, they sent me some crazy good beer. So big thanks to the guys over at J-Dubs Room. We really appreciate that, guys. I think they're in Sarasota, right?
Yeah.
These guys, I believe, are in New Oakland or Lake Oakland or Oakland Park or something like that. So again, Funky Buddha is great, and it's a Florida brewery. You see we got some Cooper's Craft tonight. This some beverage.
Look at you.
All right, first things first. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, Basmati rice. We bought good rice. You can see this is organic. This is $7 a bag, but let me tell you something funny.
Are you going to cook it right?
This bag will last you a very long time. So with rice, it's kind of weird. It's not 2 to 1 or whatever. It's cup per cup, water per rice, add a cup of water. Now, a lot of times when I cook rice, I will tell you to put chicken stock and cook it with that to get extra flavor. Don't do it with this. Because the rice has enough flavor in there, and if you cook it properly, you're going to be just fine.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get that going. Now,
they said, man, it's like the radio show, all commercials.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but I got to take care of the people that take care of us.
Vernon's calling you out. Hey, Vernon, do you want to start giving us some money?
Right. They don't give us this stuff for the record. It's all free. Yeah, this is all like every time we do this, it costs like $100 to do the show. Okay, so with the rice, we're going to go ahead. We're going to wash our rice first. I actually learned this the hard way. I cooked rice incorrectly for about 35 years, and then I learned how to do it right. So we're going to cook 2 cups of this, which means we're going to use 3 cups of water.
Yeah.
But the first things first, we're going to wash this rice. We're going to wash me, put it all over the place. Now, I was so lucky to have a gentleman who is it's actually a friend of ours. He became a friend of ours. His name's Dost. Dost?
Mohammed.
Yeah, Mohammed. He's from Pakistan. And we're all friends. And he came down from Georgia because that's where people in Pakistan live.
Yeah.
You know, in Tolerantville. Mm-hmm. So he came down and Dost cooked us curry one night. Lamb and beef curry, or chicken curry. And I'm telling you, to this day, one of the best dishes and best meals I've had. We ate it for 3 straight days, and my man told me how to cook rice, so we're going to do it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to wash this under some cold water.
Yeah.
So we're going to just get some water going, get a sieve so it doesn't go through, rice in. Now, a lot of people will tell you straight up that when you use this rice and cook it, that you should cover it in water and then let it sit in the fridge for like half an hour. And I understand that, but it's kind of hard for me to do that and then kind of show you what I'm doing by letting it sit for half an hour. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to we're going to wash it up real quick.
Maybe you should have gotten a bigger strainer.
No, this is fine. It's 2 cups.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 2 cups. That's good. And believe it or not, this is kind of an odd preparation. I've never cooked rice like this before. I saw Doss do it, and he told me this is how his family's been doing it for, I mean, generations.
It's the best rice ever.
For generations. It's just, and it's how you make it, how you prepare it, the fact that you wash it. There's only some rice you shouldn't. And this is when you get, it's the difference between using that minute rice, which you get in the bag and you boil it. And of course, that doesn't take long, but this really doesn't take long either. And you get a much better tasting dish, right?
So, where's bourbon chicken from?
Well, where do you think it's from?
New Orleans.
It is from New Orleans. Funny you should mention that. Yeah, bourbon chicken is from New Orleans. Now, a little salt. Like you would normally salt anything, salt. It's fine. You're fine. So, now, here's the thing that Doss did that I thought was kind of weird. Instead of, doing the whole, like you get the water boiling and put it in there, he actually boiled his water separately and then came in and put it on top. And then brought that boiling water and the mixture up to boil. You bring it up to boil, roll it a couple minutes, then turn it all the way down and then tight fit, because basically you're steaming this rice. Matter of fact, I know people, and he told me about this, that will take tin foil or aluminum foil, and before they even put the lid back on, they will put aluminum foil on it and then put the lid on to make sure they get a good seal, because you don't want any of that steam getting out. You want it to steam. And what we do is when we take it off after our bourbon's done, it's going to be super fluffy. So we're going to take this water we've already had boiling, 3 cups. We have 2 cups of rice.
Yep.
But we want 3 cups of water, a little bit. We're going to put it right on top.
Okay.
All right. We're going to bring that out. I already have this going. We're going to do it uncovered.
What is that?
We're going to do it We're going to do it uncovered until we get it up to a boil, and then we'll cover it up, reduce the temperature down to nothing, and then basically just let it steam until we get our bourbon chicken done.
What are you drinking while you're cooking that rice?
Funky Buddha.
I thought you cursed at me.
Funky Buddha. You
Funky
can't hear
Buddha.
it. Touch tips.
Oh, touch tips.
Bing. You can't drink right now.
I cannot drink right now.
You cannot drink because you're a doper. That's what you are, a straight up doper. Okay, that is boiling, but we want it to get a rolling boil. Actually, some of the people tell you that they want it to boil to the point where it almost foams out of the top.
Yep.
So we are going to do a post show today too. So.
Yeah, we are. Where can you find the post show?
Post show is at ptkradio.com.
Under How Tuesday. If you go under the How Tuesday section, well, it's not going to be up tonight, but
this one won't be. But the one that the cordon bleu one is funny, and then the one I forget, the tortilla soup.
It's episode 12 and 13.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, so you can pull it up, and we are on there. Oh, are we cooking dark meat tonight?
We are having thighs because this dish is supposed to be thighs. Tori hates chicken thighs.
I love dark meat.
Well, it doesn't matter what you love tonight, sweetheart. You're getting chicken thighs tonight. Now, you can do this with chicken breast. The problem with chicken breast is it dries out, and it's beautiful, juicy thigh meat, by the way, dude.
Hey, they said that you should buy a rice cooker. It's way easier.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things I should do.
And somebody said you could have pre-prepped, but we know what a busy schedule you have.
Pre-prep for what?
I don't know. I can't.
What? You know what? Why do these people feel like they need to tell me? Well, tell me how to live my life.
Well, hey, you guys need to like and share. We don't have enough.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. And so yes, I hate chicken thighs, Lori.
Why do you hate them?
I just don't like them. They're just. I don't know. I just don't like them. It makes me gag a little bit.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of dressing these. I'm going to do this in a really rudimentary way so that we can get this done. And usually what I would do is I would cook them and then pull them apart. That's really what I should do anyway.
Ah, Brandon. Haha. Jimmy likes breast too.
Oh.
Oh, got him. So what's up tonight, guys? This is slow. Like I can't read like I can on that one.
Oh, really?
Are you reading their comments?
Yeah, I am.
Daniel said that you're cooking your nuts off.
I'm
I hope not, Daniel. It'll look funny.
Cooking my nuts off? I don't get it.
He said he's watching his buddy cook his nuts off.
No, that's funny.
All right, let me stand here. It says, if you prep, then we don't see everything. That's right, Kevin. You don't see everything.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't prep for a reason. And
Lori said that you can buy them skinless, boneless.
you sure can, but what I wanted to do tonight is show like this new products, this Florida Fresh Meats. These are these beautiful thighs, and this is all Florida. This is Florida stuff, guys. This is and this
Shannon.
and you get this beautiful skin, like good fat content, and we get this great little piece of meat here. You know, everybody knows about thighs. We're not going to have a lot because I'm not doing this completely right. So I just want to get going. We dress them out.
Thighs are best with yellow rice, they said.
Well, thighs are good with anything.
Well,
and
they said that there's oil in the dark meat that complements it.
Well, you know what the thing is? That's more of a Spanish preparation. The whole thing with the and we're not doing this is not kind of a Spanish dish.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So we're doing the stereotypical preparation, which is not that. So
Lisa likes to show just the way it is.
No.
It's like she's sitting in the kitchen.
well, can I tell you, Lisa? That's what you're going to get because we can't make any changes right now.
Daniel said chicken thighs are so good.
Well, I will tell you, the chefs that I talk to, when it comes to cooking chicken, this is one of their favorite because it has the most flavor, and it's hard to overcook them. So you get to the point where
You are like demolishing that
no, it's
chicken thigh.
look. Are you kidding?
Okay, I'm not judging. I'm just
Oh, you
saying.
shouldn't. Look at-
Well,
I mean,
maybe I am judging.
Well,
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe I feel like it's
no,
right.
you shouldn't. What's wrong with some of this?
My fat ass had 2 at a Mexican joint today.
To what?
Chicken thighs, I guess.
Oh. Well, I will tell you, we were talking about the big green egg. There are a few things that are better than really super crispy chicken thighs. I talked to the guys from Flame Boss. We're at the Wassey's thing this week, and
Oh, you got one, right?
not yet, but I'm getting one.
Oh.
But the chicken thigh thing is like one of the showcase things they cook there because of the way they do it, and the egg is like literally one of the best things in the world to cook chicken thighs with because it keeps them so tender, and you can crisp that chicken up like crazy good. But if I were doing this normally, I would buy these boneless and skinless.
Yeah, well, that's what Lori said.
Yeah. I mean, and really it should be boneless and skinless. But I didn't, and this is what I got tonight because this is what Jan could come through with, so this is what we're cooking tonight.
Hey guys, give us a like or share. We're cooking bourbon chicken tonight with our Floridian beer.
From Funky Buddha.
From Funky Buddha.
And then as soon as we get through getting these thighs dressed, which I should have probably done before the thing. By the way, we are done here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna turn that down.
Yeah.
Get that thing going. Realize we're gonna turn it all the way down to 2. Because
Legs on gators are like thighs on chicken, Rodney Rogers said.
Who said that?
Rodney.
Said what?
The legs on gators are like the thighs on chickens. It's
Oh,
full of
really?
dark
Yeah.
meat.
Oh, yeah.
Rodney, we're gonna be watching your show tonight, buddy.
Are we?
Yeah, he broadcast tonight.
Oh, that's right.
I think at 9, I believe.
That's Rodney Rogers Outdoors.
Yep, Rodney
Rodney
Rogers
Rogers
Outdoors.
Good
He's
dude.
a super awesome guy.
He's an awesome guy. Remember, Colby? He gave you back in the day, he gave you a giant, like a bag of lures and worms.
Yeah,
and
I
stuff.
saw most of that stuff.
Yeah, super cool.
By the way, my son's filming tonight.
He is. All right, so we have our meat ready to go. Let's go ahead and do some cooking.
Yeah?
So we're going to use this cast iron pan
Yep.
because it just does a good job of searing. You know,
Okay.
it really does. So we're going to get these up to heat. Now, if you'll notice, like we're going to have this bowl of veggies, and this is just basically when you go to Publix or you go to Whole Foods or anything like that, and you get that bag of stir-fry veggies, get the fresh ones. Don't get the frozen ones. Because as the frozen ones cook down, they kind of sweat off some of that. They're going to sweat off that water. You really don't want that water in there. You want that good crisp vegetable.
Yep.
And we're going to use sesame oil. Now, while we're waiting for the pan to heat up,
Oh my God, they're screaming cross-contamination.
honey, this is it's 2 different cutting boards.
I don't care what these people
Okay.
say.
So the sesame oil, you have to be very, very careful with because this stuff right here can take a dish over. I'll give you an idea. I've literally had this bottle. Look at that little bit at the top. I've had this bottle for probably 8 months. And that's exactly
just
how much.
need,
I mean, you really don't need much. But we are going to put a little bit of sesame oil into our pan with our canola oil or vegetable oil.
Woo, how much is that?
That was probably a quarter of a teaspoon, half
Yeah.
a teaspoon, and that's a maybe. That'll just add a separate layer of flavor to our chicken.
Okay.
And that's good. Now again, let me say this, because if you don't get the boneless, skinless thighs, which is fine, you don't have to. I would suggest baking those in advance. Just put them in the oven at 350 for about 35-40 minutes. They'll cook off, let them cool down, and that meat will pull right apart. Because as you can see, I'm probably going to lose a lot of meat, but we have time issues, and I don't want to sit here and pair these things out and French them the way they're supposed to, because I don't want to.
Right.
And smell how aromatic that oil is already. This entire room already smells like sesame oil, so you have to be very careful with that. We do have some delicious, courtesy of Michael Ring, Cooper's Craft Bourbon, which is...
where's he working now?
He's in Atlanta, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Just make sure this is
Oh, the glare.
my head again.
No, it's the light.
Okay, now, while this is heating up also...
It's in my head again. It's that light.
Reflecting right off it.
Yeah.
So, wash your knife up real
Lori's
nice.
Drinking Makers.
All right, sweet. Makers is good.
Hey, Shanna. Hey, Joyce Ann.
Okay, so these pans heat up very quick, so you have to be very careful. They'll heat up fast. So what we have here is we have some garlic and some ginger. This is one of the few dishes we'll cook that does not have onion. Can you love that?
What kind of knife are you using?
This is a Shun knife. I got it at the guys over at Wassie's Meats in Melbourne.
Cool.
Love those guys. And they're Shun knives dealers, and they have a lot of them. They have
They
all.
like to see you sharpen it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Where's the sharpener?
I sharpened it beforehand.
I don't even see it over there.
I mean, it's
It's
actually
at the top.
it's my straightening steel. It's not, we've learned that, right?
Oh.
It's not a sharpening steel.
Oh, have we learned that?
We have learned that,
Oh,
but you don't
okay.
pay attention. Because
You're right, I don't.
You're too busy hammering wine.
Not tonight. I'm
Not
pretty
tonight.
sad. Hey,
So-
Ricky.
So we're gonna get some garlic going. And the only other thing this goes in, this is fresh ginger. This is some ginger root that I got. Now a lot of guys will take this ginger root
Yeah.
and you grate it. It's like run it through a grater, like if you're like a zester, because you really want it super fine. I actually don't like it that way because we like big chunks of ginger and garlic.
We do.
And if you'll notice, like I'm blending this all together.
Yeah. He said, where's your Santi bucket?
My what?
Santi? S-A-N-T-I?
I don't know what that is.
I
All
don't
right. So the thighs are gonna go in.
PT wants to know if you're going to include your favorite knife brand in the cookbook.
For years I cooked with Hinkle knives. But since the guys over at Wassie's got me these Shun knives, dude, I'm telling you, the metal on them is just crazy. And matter of fact, I'll tell you what, let me do this because I think it's important. We did this before. I'll do it again.
Hey, did you skin the ginger?
Yes, skin
Okay.
the ginger for sure.
Okay.
All right, so talked about this before while that's heating up. So this is a Hinkle knife. Now this is a good entry-level chef's knife. Really nice, not bad. It's pretty brutal or pretty versatile. Stays pretty sharp. This one's not that bad. So this is my sharpening steel, and this is a Shun sharpening steel. Listen to the metal. Listen. Hear that? Now basically what happens is, in the edge of your knife, it's like literally microscopic. You'll get the little pieces of bend back and forth, back and forth. That's what makes it seem dull. You're really not taking any metal off. All you're doing is straightening those bent edges to make it seem like, or to kind of realign the knife. So you keep it at like they tell you 45 and down a little bit or whatever. I mean, once you get your hands in the position where you do it, you're just going to listen. That's the important thing, listen. Because you're listening to the quality of the steel. Now, listen to this thing. You hear that? It's not bright like that other thing. So the steel is different. And you can see the layers of how they fold it and hammer it. Fold it, hammer it, fold it, hammer it. So it's super microscopic layers. And this thing just holds a crazy good edge. And either one of these knives is great. The Hinkle is a good entry-level knife. This one's a little expensive. And I completely understand if you didn't want to spend $180, $150 on a knife. Nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, really, who does?
Right.
But the Hinkle knife, you can go to Bed Bath & Beyond and get those. And that is going to...
They said Hinkle knives are only good for wedding gifts.
No. Hinkle makes a really... The thing is with Hinkle, Shun makes one level of knife really good. Hinkle makes an entry level, like a block knife. And they also make really good just one-off knives. Boostoff is another good knife. There are a bunch of them out there, guys.
What's up, Flagler County?
Find one that fits your budget and that's it.
Yeah, I'm fine, John. I had surgery last week, so I can't really like hold my arms and stuff up right
Funky
now.
Buddha.
And Jimmy's pouring his Funky Buddha.
Funky Buddha.
I'm super jealous right now. Probably not going to be as witty as I usually am.
Oh, yeah, baby. There's no question we're going to get caught some wit here. So, when we get done with this, we're going to get this chicken done. We're going to saute this garlic and ginger, and then we're going to start building our sauce, which is made of some really cool stuff. This is just for garnish. Sauce is going to be soy sauce, bourbon, rice wine vinegar, brown sugar, and a little of this incredible chicken stock from the guys over at Florida Fresh Meats, which I cannot wait to make. They make it in-house. They have beef. They have bone stock, which is really popular right now. That bone stock
is good for you.
Bone stock is really, you know, that's what Michael Laura, who trained for Mark Mero for years, he eats that bone stock broth, that soup stuff, and loves it because it has a good fat in there. It's got good vitamins for it. It's good.
Hey, we got Macon, Georgia checking in.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee indeed.
I bet there's a lot of stuff happening up in Macon.
How do you figure that? Why would you say that?
I was making a joke.
Oh. I didn't know. I didn't know if there was something going on there I didn't know about.
They said Cutco knives are wonderful.
Who?
Cutco?
Never heard of them.
Well.
And I don't like the ceramic knives. People ask me a lot about the ceramic knives. Not a big fan of the ceramic knife. Can't tell you why. Just not a gigantic fan of them.
Yeah, the stock is going to be pretty amazing. Where's Florida Fresh Meats? Catching us now.
They're in Summerfield, Florida, and
Ocala, right?
Oh yeah, near Ocala. So actually, Jan, who owns Florida Fresh Meats, is up at the Ocala Farmers Market like all the time.
Yeah.
He also retails.
Every Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday or Sunday. He also retails in Central Florida, I believe, at Orlando Meats over at Winter Park.
Yeah.
I believe that's right. Again, they just signed on. Jan's coming in over to the house tomorrow to cut some spots and stuff, and we'll have all the information for you. He's got a little sheet, little card that'll tell you all the stuff they have. Like I said, goat, rabbit, all that cool stuff.
That'll be fun.
It is fun. And you know what the thing is? He's a good dude. Got a good story. And I believe if you look at the Orlando Weekly, he is one of those, I think it's the Weekly that just gave him a write-up for being like one of the new cool purveyors in town.
Was it an edible too? Edible magazine?
I think it may have been edible.
Yeah, for real.
Gotta be careful with edible magazine. Gotta clarify. All right, now, so with thighs, don't be afraid to cook them a little bit, guys, because it's not like breast meat. It does take a little bit of time to cook, and you don't want them. You don't want them all. You don't want them not done inside. So what we'll do is we'll cook these so they're almost done because it's gonna simmer in the sauce for like 20 minutes, and that'll definitely get them all done, and it won't overcook them and make them dry. Then we'll put them on this beautiful basmati rice. So we're gonna go ahead and get them out here. So we're just gonna take a little wooden spoon. That's beautiful.
Watch that cross contamination.
Yeah.
Out.
Yeah. There's no cross contamination, trust me.
Somebody just said the Allman Brothers.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Why would they just yell out Allman Brothers?
Ron said he's enjoying a two-hearted IPA.
Oh, Two-Hearted's great. I was drinking those at the card room the other day.
Yeah.
So, ginger and garlic in. And just to give you an idea, we will put the recipe up. I'm a little slack on recipes when dealing with
For sure you are.
the handling Tori situation now.
Oh my gosh, cry me a river.
Couple
you
days,
just have to like sit next to me. You can type while you're sitting next to me. See?
Wasn't feeling it. Wasn't feeling it. So that's only gonna cook. When you saute the ginger and the garlic's only gonna saute for like a minute and a half. You don't want to make it bitter. We're gonna deglaze with.
Okay, so for people that's just joining, what did you put? You put vegetable oil, and then you put
a little bit of sesame oil.
Okay. You
have chicken thighs, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. All right, and you can get them already done like that, and really that's the easiest way. Get them in bite-sized pieces. We didn't do this because I kind of like mine in big pieces, but bite-sized pieces. And then when you cook it off, just brown it, and then when that comes out, you can see we're already doing our.
Oh my gosh, that ginger.
Can you smell that? Is that amazing or what?
So good.
It's so good. So, see that? We're just right in the same pan because we want the flavor and some of that chicken stuck to the bottom of the pan, or we want that in there.
Is that an 8-inch knife? I think it is. Right?
10.
Oh, it's 10.
10-inch chef's knife.
They want to know why you're not cooking with gas.
Because now this is about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of the chicken stock.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to deglaze with it. Now, believe it or not, a lot of people don't use chicken stock in these dishes And I have always used chicken stock for my bourbon chicken. Always, always, always.
So my son is actually filming tonight since I can't. Hey, Angel. Angel joined.
Angel Rivera?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, dude?
What's
Congratulations on your wedding dress thing. That was a great idea, dude. Great execution, and you got TV coverage. That's like awesome. So good job, you.
It's super awesome.
Also, we got some soy sauce. Now, this stuff can all go in at once. Matter of fact, if you want to, you can put all this together in a bowl. Soy sauce is about, I always take the stop route. It's probably about a quarter cup.
Yeah.
Soy sauce. About that much. You can always add some more if you want. It's going to give you a good salt to it. A little bit of rice wine vinegar.
Okay.
Okay. Probably about 3 tablespoons or so.
Hey, Jim. I had surgery last week, so I'll be back in it next week, maybe. We'll see. The beer tonight, AJ, is
Funky Buddha.
Floridian by Funky Buddha. No wine tonight. Maybe next week. I'm dying here.
Right, exactly.
Dying.
Dying, I tell you.
I've dried out for a week.
Dying.
Can you believe it?
So we are going to add a little red pepper to this at the very end. And again, there's really not a lot of spice to this. Now, also a little bit of water goes in this dish. And we're going to show you how we thicken things with a slurry, okay? Because when you're making this sauce, sometimes you'll be like, well, I don't have enough sauce. It's not going to be right. And then you have your chicken, which is great, but you want some sauce on that rice because let's face it, that sauce is the world.
What's happening, Oak Hill?
We have organic brown sugar. All right, we're going to do about a quarter of a cup, which is about that much. Right. And really the magic in this dish is the sugar and the bourbon, of course. Let's take another shot, bub. Cooper's Craft.
You can give him a... Oh, can you hold it with one hand? You're a little shaky.
Yeah, why not? I'll use the shaking out.
You're 14. Buddy, that's some good whiskey, son. That's some good whiskey. So, is it too much?
It's whiskey.
Hey, Pittsburgh checking in.
Okay, probably about 2-3 tablespoons, and we can adjust later.
Okay.
Okay, now, the sugar, as this cooks down, is actually going to act as a thickener. All right, and you can see it's going to start boiling, and we have all those great parts that were scraped up. And I've noticed, too, you can already see this weird little foam kind of forming.
Yeah.
I love that. And the reason I use chicken stock, and I want to reiterate this, I want you guys to understand the reason I do this. The reason I use chicken stock, because a lot of this is just like sugar, soy sauce, basically, and then flavored with ginger and garlic. It gets so gummy, and it doesn't have that great, they use a word called umami or whatever, but it's that great, rich kind of meat. Yeah, there's like they call that part of your flavor thing. Like there's sour,
yeah.
There's crispy, there's whatever, and then there's umami, and it's hard to explain, but it...
Umami.
Ooh!
Mommy.
So, you can see I've got this weird little foam going, and believe it or not, that's some of the times that's like from that stock as it starts to boil off. I've noticed that if I make it without the stock, it doesn't have the same richness. I need to taste this real quick.
Oh my gosh, Wyoming. What the hell do you do in Wyoming? I would have a horse.
That is awesome. You know what it needs?
What?
A little bit more sugar.
Thanks for sharing, Joseph. You guys like and share us, please.
Please.
You mama.
Your mama. And a drop of sesame oil. Just a drop, okay? Now, we already had some sesame oil in there from before, from the chicken, but that's not going to be enough to give you that really good flavor, as bourbon chicken. Tell you straight up, most people will consider this sauce good right now. We're going to cook it down a little bit, and then we're going to re-add, while we're doing that, we're going to re-add our chicken back in. Okay? Now, this is only probably enough chicken for like 2 people because I did such a horrible job on cutting that chicken up. But if I had 6 real chicken thighs, this pan would be full of this sauce.
Okay.
So you can see that I'm going to have plenty of sauce. Now, as I start to cook this down, and it's just going to simmer, right? That's going to what they call tighten up in the cooking business. It's going to get thicker.
Tighten up.
It's going to get thicker. So
that's what I would tell my kids.
tighten up.
You better tighten up.
But as it kind of cooks down or whatever, you can see it already. It's kind of doing its thing. That's going to simmer probably we'll simmer it for 10 minutes or so, Bub. 10, 15 minutes, all right?
We're going to come up with smell-o-vision, guys, because it is super
60.
aromatic.
So while that's happening, we're going to go ahead and get this pan just blazing hot, and we're going to saute these vegetables real quick in a little bit of vegetable oil and sesame oil, just a touch of sesame, and nothing else. We're not going to season them at all, because all of our sauce and our rice is going to have enough seasoning. The vegetables, we made a little salt, but other than that, not much. In our bowl, we're going to put a nice fluffy rice, some of the veggies, chicken right on top, with some of that sauce, top it with some green onion, and off we go. We'll be good to go.
Yep.
The reason we like doing this dish, because I took so much time earlier on the thighs. If you get those boneless, skinless chicken thighs, you are literally dicing those things up. You can make this entire dish with the rice in 40 minutes. 40 minutes, and it's delicious. We ate this, how often? Seriously, when I was cooking it back in the day, when you guys were like kids, twice a week, once a week, it was like we ate it all the time, because it's sweet, it's savory, it's, who doesn't like bourbon chicken from the mall? It's got to be the #1 mall food of all time, right?
Yeah, for real.
That and those crazy cheesesteaks from that one place.
What place?
With the good fries, too.
Yeah, with the good fries at Charlie's, what was that?
I forget what it's called.
I think it's Charlie's, right?
Ron, we will post the recipe. It'll be on ptkradio.com. You'll go to the How Tuesday section, and this will be episode 14. We will probably have it up by Thursday.
That is so for real, dude. Red pepper plate.
So you're going to do the recipe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Be careful with red pepper flake, because believe it or not, those little flakes they can get real hot and take a dish over. And the cool thing is you can add it afterwards. Believe it or not, also, if you want some spice, look, jalapeno pepper goes well with anything Asian. Even though it's not a stereotypical Asian dish, it does have Asian flavors with the ginger and the soy sauce. You could just put whole jalapeno peppers on top of this, and it would give you kind of like you would with pho. Slice them super thin right across the pepper and throw them right on top. It will give you great crunch and heat, and it would go great and delicious. Tonight we're drinking Funky Buddha Floridian. These guys are great.
Thanks, Paul, but I'm not doing the camera work tonight.
Is he saying you're doing a good job?
Spot on camera work tonight. Oh, he said Colby.
I agree, Paul.
He said Colby.
Paul, it's the best ever, Paul. I agree.
Shut up.
And we are doing a post show tonight. By the way, if you don't know so go to ptkradio.com. And when you log on, when you see the video, you'll click on the video, the How Tuesday video that we put up, and at the bottom you're going to see a little audio file. Just click on it. That's the after show. So we go to the studio and do that after the show. It's actually been fun.
It is fun.
It's real fun.
It's only like 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah. Now you can see the sauce is already kind of tightening up a little bit, but it's just barely simmering. We probably won't have time to make sure it gets all the way there. And we're going to get that pan, we're going to get this pan so hot that when the veggies hit it, they just sit on top. They never get a chance to stick.
Is the fire department going to come again?
They're probably
like in episode 4? Is that what it was?
Was it 4? Did you hear about that, bub?
No, I didn't. What happened? Too embarrassed to tell me?
I was searing off
a
steaks, and it smokes up when you do them right? It sets off the alarm, and Safe Touch had tried to call us.
But I couldn't answer because I was filming with my phone. So they were
So
calling.
the fire department shows up at the front door while we're doing this show.
Yeah.
Nice.
Still killed it.
Highlight of the show?
Still killed it. It was the highlight of the show. Danny was laughing his ass off. Of course, because he is.
Tori, does Jim recommend iron skillet for flavor as opposed to Teflon?
Yeah.
Totally, right?
Yeah, man.
We cook mostly everything in the iron skillet.
Since I got this big one, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing in the world like it. I mean, I think even the kids, you guys have been cooking on them, right?
Yeah, I like the iron skillets more.
Yeah.
Faux show.
What'd you say?
Faux show?
Faux show, yeah. Okay.
Peggy said that to keep me out because I take over. So.
Kick you out?
Yeah, I guess.
Why are you trying to take over?
I don't know. I'm going to do it right now, though.
No, don't do it.
Just kidding.
Alright. So, oh yeah, so we're getting those bubbles. Oh yeah.
Cast iron seasoned with black soil.
What's that been?
Is the Tony said that the best cast iron seasoning is with black soil.
I've never heard that, but could be. So that's a slurry. If you ever want to know how to thicken sauces, let's say you have a sauce and you're like, it's super thin, cornstarch and water, and add it little by little, and as it boils, it'll act as a thickening agent to get your sauces up. Now you have to be careful with it, please, because if you get used to this, it will. If your sauce, you cook sauce down to get flavor. You're cooking water out of it so that it intensifies the flavors in there. If you start adding slurry to unfinished or uncooked sauces, you're going to have a weak sauce. It isn't going to have that really good, rich flavor you want that goes all the way back of your palate. So I'm really careful with using these. I would only need it if, and I can see that my sauce is actually thickening up really well, so I'm not going to worry about using a slurry tonight. Because you can look at that. You can already see. Has that syrup-like kind of finish. And that's that's basically bourbon chicken right there. So we're going to let that go, Bubba. We're just going to get that real low. So actually, you know what?
Oh, Tanya, thank you.
We're going to turn this.
They said I'm the better half.
I do not agree with that.
Wow.
I don't agree with
You're
that.
supposed to hold me up.
Well, I mean,
and love me like Jesus loves the church.
I love when drunks get biblical. That's the.
I'm not drinking tonight.
This is the only night when you listen to those those after shows. There are two of them when you're legit hammered. Like I have to talk you down from the ledge.
It happens.
It does happen.
I ain't even lying
God,
about
this beer is really good. But would you try this?
Yeah, Heffenweiss is good.
Try that one. My boy's got good taste in beer. He's in the restaurant business. My son works for it. Oh, is that good? Just keep that right here.
Oh, she said, not kick you out, just keep you out, because Jim doesn't get a chance to talk. Yes, you're right, Peggy. Jimmy's never talking.
So we're going to set that over there. Rice back here.
It is in our vows. I agree.
That's just off to the side. It's going to be fine, because that's really done right now. So we're done with that. We're looking to saute these veggies. Okay. And we'll get out of here. We'll get people on their way. Just to remind you guys, new client, Florida Fresh Meats. Check them out, floridafreshmeats.com. Let me get one of their, I'll show you real quick. This is them. Right there. That way you can take a still shot of it. Good guys. You know what I like about him the most? He's got such a great story. He's just a hustler. And they drive all over the state delivering meat. And it's got a good story. You'll hear about him on PTK coming up soon. We're going to have him on, I believe, next week for a segment to talk about his story. We'll have him on a little bit more as we go forward. But good dude, and they do deliver right to your front door if you want package deals. They actually have sent us stuff, which we love.
Oh yeah. So what do they pack it in?
They get in a little cooler with those ice packs thing. They send it out, and it's actually really good, man. And the stuff is all Florida. It's all Florida, like grass-fed beef and
they ship it
eggs. I think they ship it anywhere, man.
Yeah,
they'll pretty much ship it anywhere.
That's awesome.
Come here real quick, Bob. I want to show you something real quick. So I put too much oil in here. When you have non-stick pans, you don't really need. Look at that. That's like a tablespoon and a half of oil. We just want to make sure we have coat the pan. I'll actually pour some out because I really don't need all that, and I don't want my dish to get super heavy. And I'm going to let that start smoking because even room temperature oil will take a few minutes to get up to temp. Can you smell that sesame oil, son? Yeah. Can you smell it? It's like super aromatic. And we'll do our veggies in real quick. They're almost ready to go. And if we were yakking here...
Is this just a veggie pack that you bought?
Yeah, it's just if you go to Publix and or Whole Foods and go to their sections, they have those prepackaged... this one's called stir fry. It's got snow peas. It's got broccoli in there.
By the salad mixes.
Yeah. It's got some cabbage in there, I think. Yeah, exactly, by the salad mix. And it's like, usually it's BOGO. So you get a bunch of them for nothing.
Yeah, that's cool. Guys, I just put a link up in the thread for Florida Fresh Meats.
Yeah. Block this off real quick.
And it's free range, hormone-free.
I mean, it's
grass-fed.
Yeah, I mean, it's Florida. It's Florida stuff. Not to mention eggs, rabbit, goat. I mean, they have all kinds of stuff in them. Hey, I have a pack of goat. I've never eaten goat, but I have a pack of goat in my fridge. I can't wait to cook. Great pork as well. Matter of fact, one of the better, really good pork chops as well. So love those guys. But the stock is what we love. So.
Man. I know, I'm trying to get Angel of Boom. I'm trying to get caught up on the...
That's all right, a little bit of salt in there.
Okay.
Make sure. Pork.
Jessica said curry it.
Pork.
Man.
How crazy good is that?
That is crazy good.
Oh, please one?
Yeah, I had some over here.
How much ginger's in there though, huh?
They want to know how much this meal cost.
So chicken thighs are really cheap. The bag of veggies was $2.50. The rice was $7. And by the way, it'll take you a month to eat that rice.
Yeah.
And the chicken thighs for a pack for a family of 4 would probably cost you $9. So $20.
Yeah. And it'll feed 4 people.
Oh, and I bought enough. I bought enough veggies to, I have an entire, I have more veggies. So.
Okay, cool. That's
So,
awesome.
so what'll happen here too is I want to show you guys another little trick. So when I cook vegetables like this, when I stir fry them, I actually want them to be, crunchy. I'm almost just looking to heat them through. So I'm going to saute these to kind of almost get that charred flavor. You can actually see if you look, that snow pea pie, see that little burnt part right there? That's already ready to go. Those snow peas cook good. But the broccoli's still a little bit cold. This is the highest setting. My pan's hot as it gets. Right before I start to serve this, I'm going to take a dollop of this stock and I'm going to slide it in there real quick and I'm going to let it cook down and it'll steam up to make sure those vegetables are still crunchy, but I have a good hot veggie and I don't lose my crunch.
So is that stock like gelatinous?
It is, because it's got that bone in it. It's made with bones and all that.
That's awesome.
The bone gelatin. I mean, it's real.
Hey, so white wine or red wine with this meal?
White. Actually, you can do both. You can do a light red. You can do Pinot with this easily because of the sugar. And actually, some of these dishes call for red wine. Like a lot of guys, or some guys will put red wine in this bourbon chicken. I just like the real easy preparation because you can make it every night. And once you get the idea of getting it done.
Lisa said you need a wok.
Yeah, you don't. You don't need a wok. I disagree. You need a big old frying pan that you can get super hot. That's all you need. You don't mean a wok is fine, I guess, but really with a wok you can't do the tossing technique. The whole idea with a wok is you have the spoon and you actually hold it and kind of turn it like that. If you want plus, those things are built to get like 1,000 degrees. They have that weird jet engine thing that you hang it over.
Janice Wassey said you do. She said you need one on your head.
No, Janice is right. You know why though? Because you can fry.
Yeah.
Yes, I also need to go to Janice Wassey and get a Dutch oven for my egg because I can't put my good one on there. But oh, by the way, Janice, if you're watching, that extra rack I got, how good were the ribs I made the other night?
So good.
God almighty damn. If you have a big green egg, they have this thing where it's an extra grate to give you more cooking space that swings out. Janice gave me the hookup on that. When I say hookup, she just gave me the information, really. And if you have a large egg, it will literally double the ability for you to cook. So if you're smoking stuff or you're cooking stuff slow, you have to have it. I mean, there's no question. You have to have it.
So I think what we're going to do is maybe do a special edition of How Tuesday on like a Saturday or a Sunday so that we can, so you can use the egg. Because it's too dark right now.
See how mad that pan is? Yeah, we will. And you're right, because for one thing, there's nothing in the world like cooking the egg. And if you go over to Wassey's Meats every single Saturday, Riverway Mike, and they have so many great chefs that come through there and cook. And I'm telling you, Mike was making bread on his this week, and people are coming in freaking out about blueberry bread with ribs. They told me it was unbelievable.
Well, that sounds delicious.
I mean, it was literally...
Brett wants to know if you were in a bar in Winter Park last night.
If I was where?
In a bar in Winter Park.
I was. Who said that? Who was...
Some guy named Brett.
Why do these people do that?
Well, they want to point out the fact that you're an alcoholic.
No, what I'm saying is, why don't they just come up and say, hey? I don't understand that. Dude saw me in there in Winter Park, but he didn't come up and say, hey. I had another guy. You know who else?
Well,
Somebody saw us in Ross the other day. When I was at Ross talking about you can get good deal on golf shirts, there was somebody sitting right there listening to the show. Won't say hey, will wreck my balls when it comes in. All right, so these are green onions. Obviously, we're just going to use the green part. This is garnish. Sesame seeds, of course.
It's so necessary to that.
It is.
Because it puts the perfect...
A little crunch at the end.
Yeah, you're right.
Watch this. Blah, blah, blah. Now watch. Look at that. Look how that fluffs right up, son. Look at that. How crazy is it? Smell it. Can you smell that? Smell how nutty that is. Feel the steam here. Can you smell that, Tor?
Yeah, I can smell it.
All right. So, our white basmati rice. I like serving this in a bowl because it looks good. All right. Gonna put the bottom of the rice there.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna get some of our veggies, veggie mix.
Okay.
All right, which will also give us some color too, guys. I'm just using some rudimentary stuff here.
The dogs are so excited that you're dropping stuff all over the floor.
We're gonna get a couple pieces of our chicken right on top. course, the absolute most important thing in this dish is the sauce.
Yeah, you need 2 hands for that pan.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Damn thing weighs 15 pounds. So plenty of our sauce. We're going to top this dish with some green onion. And we're going to shake a little bit of sesame seed on top.
That looks so good. Good job tonight, Bubba.
And there you go, guys. This is higher than mall quality bourbon chicken. And this, can I tell you something else? This is a healthy dish. If you think about it, we've used no butter. We only have a couple tablespoons. Over here, Bubba. There you go. We only have a couple tablespoons of oil in there. But other than that, we're talking about sauteed vegetables, basmati rice, and sauteed chicken. I mean, a little bit. We're not talking about anything like, fried. That's a good dish, super filling, and it is really good. Your kids will eat every bit of that. It's also a good way to get your kids to eat veggies because that sticky, sweet sauce that's on those vegetables will make kids more apt to eat the broccoli and the peas and stuff like that. So,
and share us, guys.
Yeah, like and share if you don't mind, guys. We like it when you guys watch the show. We appreciate it very much. We're sorry about missing last week. Of course, I hope you understand. Tori really couldn't pull it off. Even today, she can't really hold the camera. I'm going to thank my son, who's the man, for doing camera work for us today. Funky Buddha. Funky Buddha is our beer tonight. Support these guys. These are local Florida breweries. This is their Floridian beer. And if you want to learn more about these guys, October 20th, I believe they're the feature beer pairing at Harry's Poolside Bar and Grill for our next pairing up with Tellaluna. It's the last one of the season. Go to rosencenter.com to get a ticket for that. Go to ptkradio.com. We do have the post shows up. People have been asking about the post shows. Where can I get this content? You're going to want it. Because it's only a little bit about food. Matter of fact, it's very little about food. It's mostly Tori telling me how I fall short as a husband. Daily.
I do not.
So it's basically that. So if you want to check that out. Florida Fresh Meats, thank you. Janice Wassey and the Wassies. None of this, seriously, let me say this enough. None of this would be possible without the Wassey family. I'll say that humbly because they were the first people to believe in this product and sign on and give a presenting sponsor to PTK Radio. If you want a big green egg, which I strongly suggest, call them up, pay for it, and Frank himself will deliver it, set it up, and give you a little tutorial of how to use it. I promise you, it will change the way you look at cooking outside for sure, but even cooking in general. There is nothing like it. It is a constant travel to learn how to cook on the big green egg, and it is an endless opportunity. So I'll always say thank you to Frank and Janice Wassey because not only are they great people, but they're good sponsors, and we want you to spend as much money there as you possibly can to keep those guys in business like they've been for 30 years. What else, Tor?
That's it.
We need to update the events page because we have a lot of stuff going on.
We do. Well, that's all new stuff.
Yeah, it is new stuff.
Let me catch up this week. My God, we're racking my...
Say it. You almost said it. Other than that, guys, I'm telling you, man, you can get some merch if you want to support us that way. We have some glassware. Obviously, you see that. These cool mugs, which we love. We even have these little tumbler things. What do they call them? Is that what it is?
They're tumblers. Yeah.
At ptkradio.com. We'll send them out to you. Oh, and by the way, the lady who we picked Cordon Bleu, she emailed me and said, hey, thanks, I want my t-shirt.
I've
got the address.
Is that what she wants? Okay.
So we're going to send it out to her as well. Okay. And we always love your comments, like Tori said, if you don't mind, like and share. And we thank you so much. This has been episode 14, Bourbon Chicken. We'll have the recipe up soon. On behalf of my son and my beautiful wife, Tori, we'll see you guys next week right here at 7 o'clock for another edition of PrimeTime Kitchen's How Tuesdays.
Bye,
and
guys.
Don't forget to listen to the show on Friday nights and Sunday mornings. Bye-bye.
Bye.